Hey guys, welcome back. Terry2 here today. Today we're talking about the Riders Republic beta, Ubisoft's new sports game. I guess it's sports. It's got biking, snowboarding, skiing, and Iron Man rocket flying. I'm not sure the actual term for it, but this is the beta for Riders Republic, a multiplayer, or I guess single player if you want to play it that way, racing game. Now, there's a few things I want to talk about today, and I liked a lot of things about the game, and I really didn't like a few things about the game. This is, of course, the beta, but I'm talking about what I've played, so it could all be likely to change. I don't really know, but this is my opinion on the beta and from what I played. First off, the biking is really good. It controls really well, it's tight, it's fast, it's fun. I did it mostly all in third person, but I think it's more fun in first person. I just didn't really record much of it because I played in third person. I think it's easier and you definitely get an advantage in third, but it's kind of more fun in first. But that doesn't really matter. It's good controls, tight, fast biking, and it's fun. It's got it's actually really well done, the biking. Now the rest of it, I don't know if this is the same studio or what, but the rest of it is basically copy pasted from Steep. I don't know if you guys remember the game Steep, but I played that back when it came out a few years back. I guess quite a while back now. And I'd say probably the entire rest of this game, except for the biking, is completely just copy pasted from Steep. Not improved on in any way. Even the entire premise and way the game works, all is identical to Steep, if not a little worse than where Steep wound up. It's probably better than Steep was at launch, but Steep now I think is a little stronger of a showing than this. But that said, it's not really a bad thing. Steep was good. I'm just saying that it is a complete copy paste. The skiing and the snowboarding, which I didn't even realize were part of this game. I thought this was sort of the summer sports version of Steep. Like Steep has skiing, snowboarding, that's the whole game really, and wingsuiting. And now this has it as well. You can ski, snowboard, bike. So it's good. It's just I've seen it before. I've done it before. Like I get it. It's not anything crazy new. On top of that, there's a lot of glaring things, like the price tag I have to talk about is absurd. Way out of nowhere. Like this is a full price $80 game, $60 US. And there's still like an item shop with $20 skins and all the stuff you would expect to see, like just paid stuff everywhere in your face. But it's a full price game, and I don't really get that choice. I mean, you think of like biking sport kind of game, and I don't think you go to full price AAA at that point. I don't think Ubisoft can even really stand by calling themselves AAA anymore. I haven't seen AAA come out of there in a while. But that said, the price is $80, kind of insane, but it is a Ubisoft game, so that will probably be chopped down to 40, 30 pretty fast. So keep that in mind. Wait till a while after probably to pick it up, because like I said, it is fun, it is good. I just could never justify that price tag, especially with all these paid bundles and stuff right in your face. They do give you a chance to earn a few skins as well, which I guess at least there is that. Some games won't even give you that much. But apart from that, a few other nitpicks I guess would be the introduction tutorial section is way too long, especially for this beta, and trying to play with your friends multiplayer is just abhorrently difficult to pull off. I'm pretty tech savvy, I would say. I've only played 100 million goddamn games in my time. Trying to play with your friends on a game that is pushed as a huge multiplayer get together with friends and bike kind of game, it should not be this difficult. It is, hours to be done the introduction. Like it takes, I'd say, an hour to finish the tutorial. The introduction. It took me 2 separate play sessions to finish the intro. That was all tutorial. No joke. I was doing the tutorial still, the intro, and I hit max level for the beta. Like it said, oh, you've reached the max level for the beta. You cannot progress any higher, and I hadn't finished the tutorial yet. Whoever planned that out and designed that is off their fucking gourd. How could you make the tutorial longer than the leveling system? That makes 0 sense. Like, most games, the tutorial is the first level, not the first 12. It legitimately takes 10 plus races 10 races to finish the tutorial, plus an absurd amount of talking. Don't even get me started. This is exactly what you would expect from Ubisoft writing. If you've played anything recent from Ubisoft, except for maybe Assassin's Creed, anything else they've tried to push recently, horrid writing. Like, this stuff is the classic, like, roll your eyes, cringe, like, like, hold circle to skip kind of shit. Like, it's cringe, it's painful.
Well, you're the one always saying, life is short, gotta ride hard.
Right on. I do say that.
They just keep saying these, like, super cringy kid kind of lingo stuff, and they're really annoying characters. They talk constantly. Like, you're trying to race, it should just be the sound of you, the hill, the bike, you know, immersion. It should just be biking. But you have this fucking voice talking in your head the whole time, this announcer, and all the announcers have to be this, like, quirky, has an accent, says, like, zingers, and they only have, like, 4 fucking zingers, so you hear the same one-liner lines repeated over and over. And then in between every goddamn race, this girl and this other dude have to come and talk to you and say some super cringe, "You slayed that hill, you're gnarly," like this shit that never stops. I hate it. I hate the writing. It's terrible. Of course, it's not, you don't play for the writing, but it's forced upon you. It's shoved in your face. Like, you're trying to skip through it so you can play. Some of it you can't even skip. You gotta sit there and listen to this terrible voice acting, terrible writing, just poorly written characters. Really annoying characters. Anyways, on top of that, like I said, the intro takes way too long, and you're unable, as far as I can tell, to play with friends at any point during that. So, I finished the intro because I wanted to talk about it in the video. My 2 friends I was going to play with didn't even get that far because it takes too long. It's way too long. It's supposed to be a beta. Like, I should just hop on, play with my friends, and go, yeah, this game's pretty good. I could see myself picking this up. But instead, fucking took forever. It's ungodly long. It is a beta, so keep that in mind, but it is also a Ubisoft game, and it's got quite a few glaring bugs throughout. I mean, it wouldn't be a Ubisoft game without this right here. Check this out. If that doesn't scream Ubisoft, I don't know what does. It's kind of like their seal of the Ubisoft crest. Once you fall through the map into outer space, you know you're playing some Ubisoft quality. On top of that, like, there was a bear at one point that just disappeared.
Tackiness and optimum conditions.
Yours isn't working, he's getting riled up, yeah. Is that a bear? What the fuck? Oh, now it's gone. Did you see that? What the fuck was that?
And a lot of other janky crap. I also really don't like how when you're trying to do races, you can't just pick a race and do it. You have to go to the map, find the race you want to do, and then you click it and it'll just fast travel you like 400 meters away, and then you just bike in a straight line with nothing to do at all. You bike in a line to it, and then you can do the race. Like, I just want to sit down and race, and then another race, and another race. If I want to drive around the open world for whatever reason, because it's just empty and barren, I don't know why I would want to do that. But if I did, I could. I don't want to have to fucking bike like a 2-minute bike ride in between each race that I want to do. That's not fun. There's nothing like engaging about that. You literally just go in a line, and you can't really do tricks or much else besides that. They even give you a snowmobile to speed up driving between them. So just don't make me drive between them. It's not, I don't get it. Why would I do that? I just want to play the fucking game. Now, it's already getting pretty long-winded. I'm kind of just riddling you guys with complaints. But there's one more big one. This game's sort of big marketing gimmick, I would definitely call it a gimmick after having tried it, are these massive races. So you'll get invited to an ass race, it's called. And the ass race has 64 players in one race.
For some mass race mayhem! Chop chop!
And they are long. They're extremely long. But the race themselves, like the course, isn't made bigger in any way, like widened. So you end up in this ass race with 64 people who all start at the same time. You're not staggered like NASCAR or anything like that, or Mario Kart even. You're all in a fucking line. And on top of that, in the beta, you're all wearing the exact same thing. And you start this ass race, and it's just like fucking clanging together, bouncing off of each other. You are rattled around like a fucking pinball inside a pinball machine. like a plinko or like a gumball. Someone's just shaking the gumball machine, and you're kind of along for the ride. It's like if I poured a full bag of marbles down like a Hot Wheels track. Someone will win eventually, but there's no control over who that is or like where you end up. You could be doing the exact same shit as the guy in like 5th and you're in like 20th because you're just fucking rattling around. So many people and so much shit, you can't even see the course. You legitimately cannot see where you are going, and you can barely control your character. You don't clip through each other, you actually slightly bounce off of each other. There is not full collision where you'll like crash into each other, but there's enough that you will bounce around off each other. So you'll like try and steer to the right, some guy will be bouncing against you, and you'll hit into like a tree or something. It's almost like you just have no control over the race. You're just aimed down the hill like everyone else, and then you go. And it also switches sports on the way down, which is a stolen gimmick from a different game that I can't remember. But the whole purpose of that game was like cars turned into planes, turned into boats or whatever. You might know what I'm talking about if you're into racing games. But they have the same exact gimmick, except it turns into like skiing, turns into biking, turns into flying. But it's super jank. I hope it's just because it's the beta, but like you basically freeze for a fucking second and like get teleported mid-air, and you can see it happen to everyone else while you're racing. It's not smooth at all. It looks really bad.
Yeah, silky smooth. Yeah, silky smooth. Yeah, silky smooth.
There's also no animations for like getting on and off of bikes or walking and then switching to biking, you know, that kind of a thing. It just kind of pops and happens. Hopefully that's all changed after the beta. But yeah, the ass race is terrible. It was like the biggest push of their marketing was this huge race with all these people, and it sounds like a really fun, cool, chaotic race, and it just turns out to be not enjoyable at all. You have no control over the actual race. It's not fun. It's just bad. It should definitely be changed. I don't know what they need to change. I suppose widen the course, stagger the players is a good way to start, but it's just, yeah, it's not very good. That's just as simple as that. And the final thing I can think of right now, anyways, off the top of my head, is the flying sport, whatever it is, the rocket jetpack sport, is terrible. It is awful. I don't know why they found the need to put it in. The wingsuiting in Steep was at least a little more engaging because there was that sort of wingsuiting aspect where you're always getting lower and you have to actually, like, you know, fly through a course. This shit, you're literally just holding R2. You're Iron Man, basically. And you just aim towards a hoop in front of you, hold down R2, and just wait. Then you get to the hoop, and you turn to the next hoop, and you just wait. Like, there's no obstacles when you're flying through the air. Like, what are you... There's nothing to do engaging. You're just flying in a line at something. Even when they'd make a, like, windy course or whatever, you're just holding R2, and the fucking jetpack is going. It's not fun. It's not a sport either. I don't know what the fuck. But it's in here. Don't ask me why. Absolutely terrible. Do not enjoy that at all. Stuff that I did like that I can remember, there was a section in the ass race where the skiing turned into like jet skiing. Like not jet skiing like on water, but like jets on your skis. That was pretty cool. It was like super fast skiing. Like I didn't mind that. That was pretty cool. I thought it was neat. I do think like all the controls across the board for tricks and stunts should be changed or altered in some way, which obviously they won't be. So doing tricks is just badly implemented and controls badly, especially on skis and snowboard. But I don't know, that is what it is. It was better on Steep, so I don't know what happened, but something happened. All in all though, these are just sort of just the main glaring things that I didn't like in the beta. Stuff that should be hopefully changed, but you know, probably won't be. But overall, I did enjoy the game, and I think if it was like $20, I would play it with my friends for sure. Like immediately we'd all buy it. But 80 is just insane. I don't see a way I could get $80 worth of enjoyment out of this game. There's only so many hills you can bike down, you know. If it was free, that would be obviously the golden opportunity, I would say. Make it free, keep charging for the skins, have a pass with bikes on it or whatever you want to do. And you'd have a lot of players, you'd have a lot of fun. But that's probably about it from me, you guys. I mean, if you like what you're seeing, check it out. It is fun. I know I just complained for 10 minutes. it is fun, but I also have to bring up those things because I know you guys want to hear the actual truth, not just like I'm paid to say it's good, or I play it and I just say it's the most amazing thing ever just because I want views or whatever. You know, it wasn't the most amazing thing ever. It was very Ubisoft, very poor writing, but it was still fun and enjoyable. And I think if I could have had a chance to fucking play it with friends at all, that would have been great. But the beta was just not done in the best of ways. Anyways, guys, that's about it. I will see you in the next one. If you have tried the Riders Republic beta, or if it's been long enough now and the full game's out, let me know what you think down below. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Also have a Discord you can check out if you like Discords. It is a Discord. That is about all I can say about it. It exists.
Exploding. Oh. Oh, it's a Ubisoft game. Oh, I didn't realize.
Now as they got packed.
Oh. No, 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 no. I think I lost the race. Hold on.